This is an educational purpose only. Today, we tackle about or we are discussing about origins and manifestations of global environmental crisis and relate it to our everyday encounters like pollution, global warming, desertification, and ozone depletion. So the origins of global environmental crisis are multifaceted and span centuries of human activity. The Industrial Revolution marked a significant turning point, introducing mass production and increased reliance on fossil fuels, contributing to air and water pollution. Rapid population growth and sustainable resource consumption exacerbated these issues. So, everyday encounters with pollution, global warming, and desertification, and ozone depletion manifest in various ways. Air pollution is evident in smog-filled urban areas, impacting respiratory health. Global warming is observed through rising temperatures, extreme weather events, and shifting climate patterns affecting agriculture and ecosystems, deforestation, and poor land management. From human-made chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs, leading to increased ultraviolet radiation reaching the Earth's surface. These issues intersect, creating a complex web of environmental challenges. Addressing this crisis requires collective efforts. Governments, industries, and individuals play roles in adopting sustainable practices, reducing emissions, conserving resources, and supporting eco-friendly technologies. Education and awareness are crucial to fostering the global mindset and prioritizes environmental stewardship.
I am the cadet Bayadog, Mark Josh, and my given topic is all about examining government policies and programs for the environmental crisis. So, first is we define governments. So, governments worldwide are tackling or talking about the environmental crisis through a diverse range of policies and programs. So here's a breakdown of some key approaches. So first is mitigating climate change. So including here carbon pricing, renewable energy, energy efficiency. So carbon pricing defines many countries implementing carbon taxes, cap and trade systems, or emission trading schemes. So this aims to make polluters pay for their emissions, incentivizing cleaner technologies. Example, including the European Union emissions trading system and China's national carbon market. Second is energy or renewable energy. Governments are promoting renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal through feed-in tariffs, tax breaks, and investment subsidies. So, third is energy efficiency. Regulations and standards are being set for appliances, buildings, and industries to reduce energy consumptions. Singapore Green Mark programs label energy efficient buildings, while Indians perform Achieve and Trade Path scheme encourages industries to improve efficiency. Second is protecting ecosystem and biodiversity. So protected areas and sustainable forestry and land management. So protected areas expanding and strengthening national parks, marine reserves, and other protected areas is crucial for conserving biodiversity. And sustainable forestry and land management. So policies combat deforestation and promote sustainable logging practices. And Brazil Amazon Fund channels international donations to protect the rainforest, while some Indonesians moratorium on new wetland concessions aims to prevent fires and emissions. So, combating pollution. So, regulation and investment target air, water, and soil pollution. So, China's war on pollution tackles air quality issues. So, while India's Namani Gange program cleans up the Gange River. The third is adapting to climate impacts. So, early warning systems, climate resilient infrastructure. Third is disaster risk reduction. So, early warning systems. Governments are investing in technology and infrastructure to prevent and prepare for extreme weather events, floods, droughts, and sea level rise. So, climate resilience infrastructure. So, building seawalls, flood-proof housing, and drought resilience crops helps communities cope with changing climate patterns. So, the Philippines climate resilient agriculture programs assist farmers in adapting to climate stresses. And last is disaster risk reduction. So, policies focus on preparedness, response, and recovery measurements to minimize the impact of natural disasters. So, in conclusion, governments worldwide are increasingly recognizing the urgency of the environmental crisis and taking diverse action to address it. While challenges remain, these policies and programs offer a glimpse into the evolving global response. So, continued international cooperation, policies innovation, and a focus on equity will be essential to navigate this complex challenge and build a more sustainable future for all.
Good day. Today I'm talking about the population growth to food security. So, population growth is an intricately linked to food security as it exerts pressure on the availability and distribution of resources. The relationship between population growth and food security is complex, involving interconnected social, economic, and environmental factors. Addressing this challenge requires a holistic approach that considers sustainable agricultural practices, equitable distribution systems, and innovative solutions to meet the food demands of a growing population. One factor of this is resource scarcity. As the population grows, the demand for resources such as arable land, water, and energy also increases. This can lead to overexploitation of natural resources, making it challenging to sustain agricultural practices needed for food production. Example is, in densely populated regions, agricultural land may be converted for housing or industrial purposes, reducing the space available for farming. Food production challenges. Rapid population growth often outspaces advancements in agricultural technology and productivity. This can result in inadequate food supply to meet the nutritional needs of the population. Example of this is subsistence farming in certain regions might struggle to keep up with the increasing demand, leading to food shortages. Distribution inequities. Even if there is enough food produced globally, challenges in distribution can create localized food shortages. Unequal distribution systems may leave certain regions or communities without access to sufficient food. Example is, urbanization can lead to concentrated population in cities, causing disparities in food distribution between urban and rural areas. Another factor is environmental impact. The intensified agricultural practices needed to feed a growing population can have detrimental effects of the environment. Deforestation, example is, excessive use of fertilizer and monoculture can lead to soil degradation and biodiversity loss. Sample is large-scale industrial farming may contribute to soil erosion and water pollution, affecting the long-term sustainability of agriculture. The most crucial factor of this is the climate change. Population growth exacerbates the challenges posed by climate change. Extreme weather events, shifts in precipitation patterns, and rising temperatures can disrupt agricultural systems, affecting food production. Changing climate conditions may render certain regions unsuitable for traditional crops, impacting local food security. Economic factors. The economic status of a growing population plays a crucial role in ensuring food security. Income disparities can limit access to nutritious food for certain segments of the population. Sample is high-income households may have better access to diverse and nutritious food options compared to low-income households. The last factor is innovation in technology. On a positive note, a growing population can stimulate innovation in agriculture. Technological advancements such as precision farming and genetic engineering can enhance food production efficiency. Example is the development of drought-resistant crops can help mitigate and the impact of water scarcity on agriculture, ensuring more stable food supply. And that's all, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Seciban. My topic is all about sustainability. Sustainability is like taking care of our planet so that it stays healthy for a long time. It's about using things wisely today so there's enough for tomorrow. This means not wasting resources, being fair to everyone, and being kind to nature, whether it's recycling, saving energy, or being mindful of what we buy. Every small action adds up to a big difference for the earth and the people who live in it. Imagine a world where our actions today shape the destiny of our generations to come. Then, welcome to the heart of sustainability, a concept that transcends mere environmentalism, embracing a harmonious dance between humanity and the planet. Then, let's venture into the social realm, where sustainability transcends beyond ecology. Communities worldwide are weaving social fabric, prioritizing equity, inclusivity, and human well-being. This interconnectedness proves vital as we strive for a world where no one is left behind. Through interviews with sustainability pioneers, scientists, and advocates, we uncover the stories of those who dedicated to forging a sustainable future. From grassroots movements to global initiatives, their collective efforts showcase the transformative power of individuals, united by a common goal. Then, as we navigate the complex web of challenges, our documentary reveals that sustainability is not just a buzzword but a roadmap for resilience. It compels us, questions our impact on the planet, and empowers us to make choices that echo through time. Join us in this exploration of sustainability, a narrative that transcends borders, embraces diversity, and invites us all to be custodians of the world we call home. The journey is not just about safeguarding the future, it's about creating a legacy of stewardship that echoes through ages. I'm Seciban. Thank you.
So this is the continuation of our report. So my topic is all about what is the relationship between population growth to development. So I will give you 7 key points collectively represents the various dimensions of the relationship between population growth and development. They encompass aspects such as demographic dividend, human capital development, labor market dynamics, consumer base and market potential, innovation and entrepreneurship, resource management, sustainability, and social development. So together, they provide a comprehensive overview of how population growth is influenced by the economic development of a society. So first, the demographic dividend. So a youthful and growing population can yield a demographic dividend if coupled with investments in education, skills development, and job creation. So the impact of this demographic dividend can be drive economic growth, innovation, and increased productivity. Second, human capital development. So channeling resources into education, healthcare, and skill development transforms a growing population into valuable human capital. A skilled and healthy workforce enhances productivity, attracts investments, and fuels technological advancements. Third, labor market dynamics. So managing population growth involves aligning it with labor market needs to avoid unemployment spikes and ensure a dynamic workforce. So the impact of this is a well-managed labor force attracts investments, stimulates entrepreneurship, and contributes to economic advancement. So next, consumer base and market potential. So a larger population can serve as a substantial consumer base, attracting business and stimulating market growth. So the advantage of this is increased demand for goods and services leads to expanded industries, job creation, and economic robustness. Then next, innovation and entrepreneurship. So a growing population fosters a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, especially when coupled with an educated workforce. So the outcome is entrepreneurs and innovators emerge, contributing to economic diversification and global competitiveness. Next, resource management and sustainability. So balancing population growth with resource availability is crucial for sustainable economic development. Policies promoting resource efficiency, environmental sustainability, and responsible consumption ensure the long-term economic viability. And lastly, social development and inclusivity. So, addressing the needs of a growing population in terms of education, healthcare, and social services promotes inclusive development. So, the impact of this is inclusive development ensures equitable distribution of economic benefits, lifting overall standards of living, fostering social cohesion. In conclusion, effectively managing the relationship between population and economic development involves strategic planning targeted in investments in human capital and policies that align demographic trends with economic goals. When approached thoughtfully, a growing population can be a driving force behind rapid economic improvement, ultimately elevating the overall standard of living in a society.
Good day everyone, I'm Cadet Obial Victor and I'm here to discuss about the future of globalization. So, before we start, according to William Gibson, the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed yet. So what do you think? Globalization is the interconnections of countries all over the world. Economically and culturally, it is an international process driven by trade, investment, technologies, and finance. So before I can explain further the future of globalization, we must be aware of what type of globalization we have in the past and on the present time. People have been trading goods for as long as they've been around us of the 1st century BC. Luxury product from China started to appear in Rome. The vast trade network connecting Asia to the Mediterranean is called the Silk Route due to the heavy silk trade that took place that time. Soon after, people started trading spices. Traditions, innovations, ideologies, and language were also handed over. And religion, Buddhism originated from India and became dominant in China and Japan. Islam, which is also from the Arabian Peninsula spread to South Asia, lending to native beliefs, which leads to new faith. Eventually, the rise of industrial goods, transportations, factories, and global supply chains followed. With all that being said, it brings us to the present time with digital technologies continuously aiding business, government, education, societies both on a national and massive, massive global scale. So the globalization today gives us a lot of promise to the idea of a newly transformed world. So that's all, and I hope I am able to provide you enough background about the past and the present of globalization.
I'm Decadent Ocana Alvin James D. I'm here to report about environmental injustice in globalizations. Environmental injustice in globalization refers to the unequal distribution of environmental benefits and burdens among different communities worldwide due to the interconnectedness of economies and the global movement of goods, services, and resources. This phenomenon often results in disadvantage and marginalized communities, particularly in developing countries, bearing the negative environmental impacts caused by industrialization, resource extraction, and pollution associated with global economic activities. Several key aspects contribute to environmental injustice in globalization. First, resource exploitation. Multinational corporations often exploit natural resources such as minerals, forests, and water in less regulated regions, leading to environmental degradation and harm to local ecosystems. These practices can negatively impact the livelihoods and health of nearby communities. Second, pollution and hazardous practices. Globalization facilitates the relocation of industries to countries with lax environmental regulations. This can lead to the concentration of polluting industries in marginalized areas, exposing residents to pollutants, toxins, and hazardous waste, which can cause health problems and decrease the quality of life in these communities. Disproportionate impacts. Marginalized communities, including indigenous groups and low-income populations, often bear a disproportionate burden of environmental hazards. They may lack the resources, political influence, or legal support to address these issues effectively. Lack of accountability. Globalized supply chains and complex networks of production often make it difficult to hold corporations accountable for their environmental impacts in different regions. This lack of accountability can perpetuate environmental injustice. Policy and regulatory gaps. In some cases, policies and regulations governing environmental protection may be weak or poorly enforced in certain regions, allowing corporations to prioritize profits over environmental sustainability and social well-being. The summary of the environmental injustice. Addressing environmental injustice and globalization requires international cooperation, stronger regulations, equitable policies, increase corporate accountability, community empowerment, and the recognition of the rights of affected population to clean and healthy environment. That's all.
So, good day sir. I am the Cadet Mabulay. So, my topic is all about renewable energy challenges in a globalized world. So, renewable energy faces challenges in a globalized world, including inconsistent policies, technological barriers, and unequal access to resources. Coordination among nations is essential to overcome these hurdles and promote sustainable energy solutions in a globalized world. Challenges in adapting renewable energy include: first, interconnected grids. So, coordinating diverse energy grids globally to efficiently transmit renewable power to across regions. So, the next one is policy variability. So, divergent national policies affecting the adoption and investment in renewable technologies. So, next is technology transfer. So, ensuring equitable access to renewable technologies, especially for developing nations. So, the fourth one is resource inequality. So, not all regions have abundant renewable resources, leading to disparities in energy availability. So, the fifth one is investment barriers. High initial cost and inconsistent investment in renewable projects globally. So, next one is storage solutions. So, developing efficient and scalable energy storage technologies to address intermittent renewable resources. So, the next one is market dynamics. Aligning market mechanism to encourage renewable energy investment and discourage reliance fossil fuels. So, the last one is international cooperation. So, encouraging collaboration for research, development, and implementation of renewable technologies on a global scale. So, addressing these challenges requires coordinated efforts, international agreements, and commitment to sustainable energy practices. So, that's all.